Hi, this is Steve. So if we grew up in a world where they tell us that life isn't fair, that's the status quo, is that life is not fair. It's the norm. So we've always had, well, first of all, we had kings. So kingdoms were fighting against each other, and life wasn't fair. And then we had religions replace the kingdom with Christianity and Catholicism. So the Roman Empire that had already left the status of having kingdoms. So we've had change. That's what I'm getting at. Is things have changed slowly from tribal situation to kings to the democracy started in Greece with slavery, and the Roman Empire joins with Christianity and becomes the most powerful force in the world. And then the Quran was written as a way to protect. They protected themselves by the same model of a religion to unify the people against Zionism. So I'm just going quickly over what has happened. So then we have Marxism. Because of the unfairness, life isn't fair, and so Marxism happens to stop the unfairness to the working class, and communism develops so that the Zionist religious empires don't conquer the Marxists, which become communists. And life's not fair, so there's all the deaths from Lenin to unify Russia. And there was, I don't know how many deaths in China to unify China. And the Christians were about unifying the people. The Bible, the Old Testament with the Jewish religion is about the religion unifying the people or death. Either surrender to the God or they will kill you, we will kill you. We're the people that believe in the religion, that practice the religion. So, like, this is normal. This is what has been going on. So, for example, the Crusades, the people that were Christians were ruled by the Pope and his people, and they were told to go and kill those who opposed them. You can look at what happened with the Cathars that opposed the Pope belief and had their own belief, and they eventually killed all the Cathars. So it's just empires. So it's not about, we don't need to blame anybody. Let's just look at what's going on with humans. So we're born into this. And they tried to protect us in the USA, and under the banner of Christianity. And then because Christianity is unfair, there's different kinds of Christianity that happen that fight against each other in one way or another, compete. So here we are, and we're close to fascism taking control of the USA. I think it already has. Well, life isn't fair. See, that's what they'll say. And something similar happened in Germany with Hitler coming into power to unify the country and to fight the enemies of the people that like the authoritarian rule. So we've done psychological research on authoritarian families versus non-authoritarian. So we have authoritarian culture as opposed to democratic culture that we see happening here in the USA. So all of these models are based on establishing a ruling class above the people. In the republic that's the USA, the ruling class is the winning party in the politics. And the Constitution. So there's the ruling class that are like the background to the Constitution. It's been called a secret government that has established itself. And you have various entities that are responsible, that are causing this to happen. Like there's the Republican groups that orchestrated over long periods of time the overthrow of the Democratic Party, which led to Donald Trump, which led to where we're at now. They're based on Christian nationalism for the most part. So we're still using the game plan that was laid out in the Holy Bible, that the Christians found a way to outdo it with Christianity, but using the same Zionistic strategy, but including the Messiah as Jesus Christ. So the world is much different now than it was, than it's ever been before. It's like the computer era, where we have communications with the whole world, translation of all languages. This has never been the case. And, I wrote about this in the World Fairness Agreement, why that we can make this World Fairness Agreement actually something real. When you hear about it, you're like, that would sure be nice, but it's never going to happen. Most people think that. Because they don't think the people will ever unite to be all count the same and put an end to the ruling class over them. That's what we need to do. We need to have all the people of planet Earth responsible and accountable to stop unfairness. Because the world's not, life isn't fair until we do this. Then life is fair. They told us life isn't fair and we didn't like it. We're going to do something about it. We're going to make life fair. I'm talking about fairness for as far as one person to another, not doing others wrong. So all of these problems that have happened, that's what has happened. One group of people have done another group of people wrong. We have no idea what might happen in the USA over the next few years. We could have a civil war. We could have World War III in the whole planet. So it's like there's the Mad Max movies where a dystopian future civilization has collapsed and there's a few people racing around with self-repaired trucks, pickups, automobiles, trying to steal gasoline. That's all that's left. Everything is destroyed. We have many movies made of the theme of a future dystopian, the opposite of utopian, where the world civilization is destroyed. Einstein said if there's a third world war, the next world war after that will be fought with sticks and stones. We'll be knocked back into the Stone Age, if there's even any humans left, because of nuclear weapons. There's a adage that goes, necessity is the mother of invention. So I invented team fairness. And the World Fairness Agreement is an invention of sorts. So if the children are born into a world where they're taught that the guy who's the most cunning, brave to take power, alpha male kind of thing, basically glorification of narcissism, and that's the way the children are being raised, then you have competitive corporations, competitive political parties, groups, factions, and the morality is hypocrisy. So they're preaching the Bible, but they're lying like a rug while they're preaching the Bible. They lie like a rug. That's a lot. They lie a lot. To lie like a rug, you lie a lot. Like every other sentence is not true. Like Donald Trump. And the religion itself is outdated, so we can see through it. We can see that it's not true. So people say this is the Word of God. They're lying. It's not the Word of God. It can't be. We're so susceptible to being brainwashed that when people hear me say that, they want to kill me because they're brainwashed into saying that the Bible is the Word of God. They fight me over me claiming that I'm an animal and that they're an animal. They don't want me saying they're an animal. And they definitely don't want me to say that they're one of 5 great apes. They want the Bible to be true. And they have more weapons and more willingness to kill people to force us to all say that the Bible is the Word of God. Well, it doesn't mean a damn thing to them. It's just a lie to rule with. People say, I don't understand how this can happen. They're not about truth. They're about falsehood. They're just using any lie that's convenient to gain control of the country. And the Bible fits into that. It's really amazing that the leading religion, Christianity, is based on this falsehood that Jesus is the only thing that's truth. So they got it right that truth is where the power is at. Actual truth. From actual truth, we learn how to build fires, and then how to smoke metal, how to make metal and tools, because of our ability to recognize truth. So they hijacked truth and put it into this perfection of an idea, the Logos, born as a perfect human, that's the truth. That is an incredible way to gain control of the people. If you don't believe it, you're going to burn in hell. The devil's going to come and get you. It's just lies to gain control of the people. So what about the truth, the real truth, that it really is sacred? It's being trampled on. Science is not well liked these days. There's people denying human-caused global warming have taken control of the country. They're taking away all the protections on water quality, and they're taking away vaccines. They don't want vaccinations. So vaccinations, just look at smallpox. It's like not a problem anymore. It used to be a horrible problem. With our crowded population and people in airliners that are together, we can transmit deadly diseases really easily and quickly. So here's something I saw today. I noticed people, coincidentally or whatever, like non-white people, non-MAGA people, they're going to, I'm giving them a ride to the hospital. So this is fiction. So here's what's going on. They're secretly inoculating, giving the vaccine to the non-white people. And this coming disease that the Republicans has convinced people don't get a vaccination. And it turns into something that completely destroys the white people. There's like 1 out of 10 white people left, and so the non-white people take control. I'm not the only one that's thought of that. So if we implement the World Fairness Agreement, the children will be raised in a world where everyone cares about them. The whole planet. We all care about each other, so we survive. We become friends so that we don't kill each other. And we agree not to do each other wrong. So they grow up in a world that's fair. People say, life is fair because we made it fair. We are required to be fair to everyone because of the law of fairness. And the law of fairness has corrected all of our governments, religions, and institutions, and people, families, individuals. We're seeing the alternative happen. And it's going to be horrible. After Charlie Kirk was killed, the Republicans have become more hypocritical than ever. It's so funny that Charlie Kirk's freedom of speech is turned around and used to shut up the people that criticize MAGA. They have the freedom of speech and the freedom of religion to kill us. And then people are on this line of thought where political violence is a horrible thing, but they don't talk about the Republicans' political violence. They only talk about the death of Charlie Kirk. But nobody has said anything about war being political violence. So we go from this stage where killing someone is the worst thing that could ever happen politically to warfare where we kill people en masse. What are we doing? It's like, I had the thought this morning, I wonder if they've sobered up yet. It's like they're drunk and not thinking straight. It's been one continual drunk since the dawn of man. They call it being asleep. We need to wake up. And they turn that into something else. They're arguing about what the third eye is. They make something that's a metaphor to point towards something, and they try to turn it into something that's actual. Don't you think the third eye is just like dreaming? It's like your vision, you have sight without eyes in dreams. And you can have sight without eyes in a vision. Psychiatrists call it a hallucination. So when a person's third eye has opened up, they begin to have dreams and visions. So I listened where they're saying that the third eye opening is in something evil. So they're calling it something evil rather than understanding what it is. They take this false storyline and it becomes a monster. Because there's no truth in what they're saying. It's just stories that they think is true. So the sacredness of truth and the truth is the way that's gone because some storyline took its place and became Christianity. That's to fool the masses with stories of the afterlife. It's absurd. It doesn't matter. There either is or there isn't an afterlife. Okay, we don't know. Nobody has came back and proven it to us with great evidence. We have not had that happen. So we don't know. So now we have this opportunity with our computer era to actually implement the law of fairness worldwide. Can you see how that's like the biggest innovation for humans ever? And we can implement the World Fairness Agreement, exoneration for all of the politicians, all of the people, all of the soldiers, all of the corporate leaders, all the people on the street. They won't be on the street once we implement the World Fairness Agreement. It's tragic. There are so many homeless people in the cities. That's not fair. Life's not fair. We're going to make it fair. Join us. We're Team Fairness.